Yeah, that intro is awesome. What's going on, y'all? It's time for the Blucifer Boys. I'm joined by Broncos Hub's own Strez. How you doing, man? The Colts, Daniel Jones.
Damn it. Man. What a crappy way to end my football weekend, man. That was just disappointing. And I got sick. I was sick all day Sunday. I had this horrible upper respiratory thing, so celebrating the initial missed 60-yard field goal, I started coughing my head off and it wasn't even for any good reason. Stupid.
Dude, I could not believe that I'm still pissed off about that game. We just gave it away. We should be going in 2-0 into this matchup. But typical par for the course, I guess, with these Sean Payton coach teams early on. But I think taking some positives out of this game. Well, definitely not the linebackers. But I thought, of course, the offense held their own for the most part. I think that, again, should have had over 30 points. At the end of the day, you end with 28. But it was nice to see Bo Nix and the offense bounce back after just looking so discombobulated week one against the Titans. Now,
Yeah.
defense didn't show up at all, man. What did you think of the overall performance of the team, and how are you feeling going into week 3 against the division-leading Chargers?
Yeah, that was such a rough outing for the entirety of the defense. We got to Daniel Jones once, I think, and he basically still got back to the line of scrimmage. So our pass rush was non-existent, or we couldn't stop the run at all. Jonathan Taylor again just sliced and diced us. He's like the new version of the Josh Jacobs curse against the Denver Broncos, it feels like. And then apparently Daniel Jones, get him a solid offensive line, and apparently he just does work on everyone. I'm going to be curious to see how the Jets finish the end of the season the Colts finish this end of this season, because watching that football game, that I haven't seen a Colts team that good since Andrew Luck was there.
Yes.
I'm not even kidding. That was the best Colts team that we have seen in nearly a decade. And so I'm really curious to see what they do in the AFC South, because I think the Texans are also a really good team this year. They've lost a couple heartbreakers. So it's turned into a two-man race, and going into the season, I think both of us probably thought that the AFC South, it was the Texans' division to lose. Well, they're 0-2. The Colts are 2-0, and they don't look like they're slowing down at all. So honestly, by the time we get to the end of the season, if the Colts go on to win their division, I'll take this loss any day of the week, right? So the most important thing is we didn't have any major injuries in this game. We got out of the game clean. The offense cleaned itself up. Bo looked a lot better. He was one of the 5 best or most productive quarterbacks in the league this last weekend. So hopefully the offense can build on kind of some of that momentum that they were gaining in that game. And then the defense, I think that we were just playing a really good offense this last season. Probably the best offensive line in the league this season. One of the top 5 offensive lines in the season, the league this season. So I think we're not going to have this kind of issue again for the rest of the year, probably until we play the Colts in the playoffs, which I fully anticipate to happen.
I like this perspective that come the end of the season, this loss might not look as bad, or as bad as it feels right now. Yeah, they played really well. They needed some things to go their way.
Yeah,
we couldn't finish I don't even. Did you see the comments today? Darren Rizzi said, "Yeah, we've never called that actual coverage against."
I saw that. I'm like, then why call it on a 60-yarder against the guy who is obviously not going to make the kick? What are we doing? I feel like you pointed it out too, right at the beginning of this episode. I feel like Sean Payton and his coaching staff way over coaches the beginning of the season. I feel like 1,000%. I don't think that they've been doing a bad job, but I also think that they've done dumb stuff as the coaching staff going into this year.
They've gotten so cute at just not the right times at all. It's pretty amazing, man. I feel like the coaching blunders that have happened throughout these first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen them every year here to start the season, and it's weird. Then they find their groove.
Yeah.
And you know what's strange about this, Strez? Well, we don't necessarily have to get into it, but I think what's strange is that the Chargers are going into week 3. They have the opportunity to already be 3-0 in the division.
That is actually crazy that they got 3 straight division games to start the year.
Yeah, that's like horrible scheduling, but they're doing well with it, man.
They have been. I mean, Raiders didn't really look as good as I thought that they were this season after week 1 last week. So a little bit of a different conversation there, but I do think that this is going to be a really fun game. But yeah, back to like just my last thought on the coaching thing.
Mm-hmm.
Week 1 felt like the offense was just coaching weirdly, and then the special teams happened last week. I don't even want to say it out loud, but I am a little bit nervous about Vance Joseph and what might happen this next week. Let's hope that it doesn't happen, because if it does, I will throw my TV off of a very tall parking garage somewhere in downtown Kansas City.
It's going to be tough for Vance Joseph because we have Dre Greenlaw still not practicing. Why the hell don't we put this guy in IR? Also, Evan Ingram, second straight DNP today. So he might miss the game against the Chargers.
Yeah.
That could be an issue. A good thing, though, so we are getting Nate Root Beer Atkins back. That's always great. You know, he's a sneaky player for us. Hey, I love it. How about A&W?
Speaking of the root beer,
what did you think about Alex Singleton? What do you think we do? This is a huge issue. We need more athleticism. Hey, even against Tyler Conklin, he's somebody that can make our day hell.
Yeah,
with how our linebackers looked.
And Conklin is way too big to bring in a nickel to try to cover him.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of did a little bit of, we talked about it last week with Tyler Warren. They did the thing. Like, Jahdae Barron came in and covered him. Jaquan McMillan covered him. Pat Surtain came on the inside and covered him a couple snaps. Yeah, Tyler Conklin is way too big for this. Will Dissly didn't practice again today, 2 days in a row that he was a DNP. So he might be out this weekend. So it might just be Tyler Conklin at that full tight end position. But as far as Alex Singleton, dude, it's Javonte Williams at linebacker. Like, yeah, he led the league in tackles for 2 seasons straight. And then he tore his ACL. And then he came back probably too early. Nowhere near the player that he was before the injury. He can't move like he could. And it was already a little suspect to begin with.
Right.
And now, dude, the video that has been going around Broncos Twitter the last 2 days, where I think it was the pass to Tyler Warren where he like cuts back inside. He looked like a 70-year-old man trying to play with like his great grandkids. Like, what are we doing? I ripped into him on Twitter the entire day on Sunday. I don't feel like I need to do it any longer, but he is the worst inside linebacker currently on the active roster.
I think so too, man. And what's sad is that I still think he's going to get another shot to prove that he isn't that, especially when you heard the Champagne was say, dude, this guy's getting better every day.
What does that even mean?
Yeah. What does that even mean?
If he's still improving from his injury, why has he been playing so far? And if it's not because of his injury, what do you mean?
Not only is he slow, dude, he's only got one hand to grab with, man.
Literally. It's unfortunate. I don't think that the Chargers offense is necessarily as like weapon rich and like big play threat rich as the Colts offense is, because I mean, when you look at the skills guys on the Colts offense, they've got dudes everywhere. Chargers don't necessarily have that. Now, Quentin Johnston has really come into his own, kind of turned into the player that I thought he was going to be coming into the league. He's looked really good so far this season. And then obviously Ladd McConkey is there the whole time, but really it's just those two guys. and then Will Dissly, but he's not playing this week. So, and I'm not at all impressed by the Chargers running back room, not at all. So I think he'll be able to play a little bit more the style of football that he wants to play this week because of the way that the Chargers offense is. But I mean, we're one slight jump cut away from a big play anytime Alex Singleton is ready to make the tackle. So it's just like I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, man. I'm definitely worried right now about Tyler Conklin and what we're going to do. Yeah. We should have known that Alex Singleton was cooked when he was helping do the preview announcement for Love is Blind Denver.
What?
Not? Yeah, that happened like in the spring.
Oh my God. I didn't even know
with
that.
the reunion, they're like, Nick Lachey's like, oh yeah, no, we got a special announcement here from Broncos linebacker Alex Singleton. And he's like, yeah, the next season of Love is Blind is going to be on, or going to be
so
from
dumb,
Denver.
Dude.
I'm like, dude, man, we're cooked. We're cooked.
I had no idea that happened.
I know, man. I can't believe they're still doing Love is Blind, but we know the answer to the experiment by now. Love is absolutely not blind.
It is not blind.
Yeah, there's no reason to keep doing this experiment anymore. So we need to put Karene Reed, Lavelle Bailey in there. I don't care. I bet he's still going to get the start, but if we could at least just limit the amount of snaps that he's playing, that would be fantastic. Lavelle Bailey, it's his second year in the system. Why
Very
not,
true.
Dude? Why not? These guys can run sideline to sideline. Even if Alex Singleton right now is able to diagnose a play, maybe a split second quicker than some of these guys, he's also more than a split second slower than some of these guys to the point of attack. So I hope that this is something to where the coaching staff realizes, hey, we had our linebacker have a Levi Wallace game last week. We cannot allow that to happen again. But I'm worried it's just going to take more than that to bench captain, sadly.
I agree. That is the tough part. And that kind of leads me into my next question is if Dre Greenlaw comes back this season, does Dre Greenlaw start alongside Justin Sternad? What does the linebacker core look like when Dre comes back?
Yeah, maybe
if Dre comes back.
Maybe they freaking throw Drew Sanders out there because they'll probably be back around the same time.
We'll get 12 plays from him and then call it a year again.
Yeah. I know I forgot about Drew Sanders, but now I'm like, God, I can't wait till Drew Sanders gets back.
Will he be off IR week 5?
He can be activated from it as soon as week 6?
That's true, because I think he has to have like the acclimation week or whatever.
Yeah, I don't remember the IR rules.
I'm not going to hold my breath for Drew Sanders. Not at all.
I forgot he was on the team till again, like a week ago.
That's just more of the example of like, we need to swing big at linebacker this year in the draft. Give me Sonny Styles. Give me Arvell Reese. Give me one of the two linebackers that are currently playing linebacker at The Ohio State University. Please. Because both of them are bigger, faster, stronger, better tacklers than every linebacker we currently have on the roster that has been playing games so far this season.
No, man. I know right now, passing on Jahad Campbell, it's not looking great right now. I think we'd all be pretty happy with that pick right now at 20. So
I'm starting to think that it was Emeka Egbuka. Yes. And then when he went at 19, we panicked. I'm actually really starting to think that might actually be the case. I'm putting on a tinfoil. I don't have any tinfoil hat to wear right here, but like it's becoming more and more like that was actually what the plan was. So I don't know.
JFM for an inside linebacker.
I mean, who are we going to trade him to?
I don't know. Would the Saints want JFM? But I'm not doing that to JFM. I'm just not doing it. And let's just trade a future draft pick for Demario Davis, dude. I know he's old, but he's still playing elite football, baby. Put him on a winner. Outside of that, maybe you kick the tires on Eric Kendricks. But I'd rather not trade a player for another player. I'd rather trade like a day 3 pick for one of these guys. You can get starters for day 3 picks at the deadline.
Yeah, especially at inside linebacker.
Yes, please. This was something that I wanted to bring up here. Time to throw. Average time to throw.
Oh,
Daniel Jones is, within the top 10 of this, 2.65 seconds. He did a phenomenal job getting rid of it against the Broncos. And I'm actually going to bring up the week 2 stats here. Okay, he got it out 2.76 seconds. It seemed like way, way quicker than that. But when we look at Justin Herbert's time to throw right now, let me pull this up. It is 2.91. 2.91, so it's about 0.3 of a second longer. We were about 0.3 of a second short of getting to Daniel Jones this past week. We were always right there, but he just got rid of it a split second ahead.
Yeah.
I think that this is something to where we see a bounce back performance from this defense.
Specifically the pass rush, ideally.
Yes. And I know the Chargers have had a good offensive line, but I just have a feeling that we're going to cover better in this game, maybe outside of linebacker, and we're going to get to the passer more than we did against Indy.
Yeah, I agree. Because I think Josh Downs, Michael Pittman, like that, Alec Pierce, like that wide receiver room is far and away better than the wide receiver room at LA.
Speedy. They just got Ladd McConkey.
Yeah, it's just Ladd, and I mean Quentin Johnston is again has slowly come into his own. But I mean, if you want I think Riley Moss could absolutely handle Ladd McConkey, and a little white on white crime would be kind of fun to watch the entire game too. And then
maybe people shut up about Riley. If he's
it would be great. Like he needs that game so people can stop saying like Denver Broncos need to get a better cornerback. Like shut up. Like no, he's probably the best cornerback too in the league. What are we doing? But I think like if you do that because Quentin Johnston is bigger, put PS2 on him for the most of the game, and then like Brandon Jones can take care of Tyler. I don't know what you want to do with the linebacker in the situation, but like as far as like the wide receivers are concerned, I do think that we'll be able to cover better. And I know that they have graded better over the first couple of weeks than the Colts O-line, but I don't think that the Chargers offensive line is as good as the Colts O-line is. So I think we'll have some opportunities. I mean, Zach Allen leads the league in quarterback hits. Nick Bonito has generated 15 pressures by himself this season. So like that right there, I think is going to be like the complementary stuff on that side of the ball is what's going to be important when we're playing against this Chargers offense, because they're going to have to. Justin Herbert looks like a completely different quarterback this season. Like he is so confident and so settled and cool in the pocket right now. Like it's crazy.
It is. I think he's on pace to throw for like 5,000 yards, which is crazy. It's weird to see the offense kind of be a lot different than what it was to start last year. They were running the ball like crazy, throwing it like maybe 15, 20 times a game. With what
I was thinking about that this season. I was like, yeah, Justin Herbert's not going to throw the ball enough to like win any sort of awards, but now it's like they're freaking slinging it all over the place. I'm like,
no.
What changed? They didn't change play callers? I don't understand. Like,
when did they bring in Greg Roman?
Wasn't that last year?
I think it was last year. Yeah.
Like I don't understand what changed.
Maybe Harbaugh was just more confident in it, man. Or they realized, man, Omari and Hampton, Najee Harris aren't really those guys. I'm not sure. Maybe it was the resurrection of Keenan Allen. He just looks like normal Keenan Allen again.
That's true.
That he's back in LA, so that's another guy. And he's been.
I totally forgot that he's back there. Yeah, he's such a good possession guy. Yeah,
but Jaquan and Barron, I think they're up for the challenge.
I agree.
Again, I feel a little bit better, even though they got tons of weapons. I feel better about this matchup, maybe than some. I just think we're gonna get home to Herbert. The real key will just be, can we be stout against the run? Najee Harris obliterated us last year, but All their running backs right now are averaging less than like 4 yards a carry. They're
Yeah,
like
like
giving you
I've been thoroughly unimpressed with Omar and Hampton. And I know everybody in Broncos country is like, we should take Omar and Hampton. I'm like, I don't think that he's gonna be that good. I don't like, and I've been thoroughly unimpressed with him so far this season.
He does not look to be like a first round explosive type of back.
He's averaging 3.1, and Najee Harris is averaging 3.7.
What's Ashton Genty averaging?
Something around there. Actually, he's having to break tackles like way back in the backfield though. He's kind of having a little bit of a Barry Sanders issue at this point.
I know, man. It's a mess. So we've talked a lot about how this defense matches up against the Chargers. Hopefully, we're not going to have to do a lot of punting. But if we do, we know Crawshaw. He's been our most consistent player over the first 2 weeks. He's going to do his thing punting. Hopefully, we don't have to kick many field goals because Will Lutz, whatever. But how do you feel about our offense going up against a very good Chargers defense? I think they're like top 5 and top 3 in most of the defensive metrics.
Yeah. I think losing Khalil Mack is going to be a lot more impactful on that defense than people realize. Similarly, not quite as much of a difference as Micah Parsons no longer being in Dallas.
Right.
Like, did you see that defense last week? Like, I think
then I just saw Russell Wilson decide, you know what, I think I'm done playing this game, man. I'm just gonna throw this interception.
Yeah, I don't get that. But yeah, I feel like they play good like team defense. Like they don't have to rely on that one showstopper. Because I mean Khalil Mack is still Khalil Mack, but he is a much older version of himself. Right. He's lost a step or two. They no longer have Joey Bosa, so it's not the same pass rush off the edge that it has been in years past. And our offensive line has done basically a perfect job in both the run game and the passing game. So I think we need to do just continue kind of the game plan that we ran last week. Honestly, yes. Feed JK. Like, he has been playing such good football so far this season.
Revenge game.
The scheme is great. That's true. This is kind of a revenge game for him. He's playing against a coach that he beat a lot of times in college. Also, like I've watched it with my own eyes. So this is a great opportunity for him to continue. I mean, he's averaging 4.6 a carry. RJ Harvey, I want to see him get a little bit more involved in the run game as well. He's averaging 7.1 a carry right now. So like I really think that we have a chance to, and this is almost going to have to be done in a similar way to how we've had to play the Chiefs in years past. We need to grind the clock out a little bit so that we can keep the ball out of Justin Herbert's hands as much as possible. Because so far what I've seen from Herbert very much has entered kind of that top 5 quarterback conversation, like for real. I know his name has been thrown in there by some people, but I think that he has definitely come into the quarterback that most of the people who talk about the league have been expecting. So I think we're going to need to run the football as well as possible. And then I think Bo is going to have to continue to kind of do what he does. I mean, he's playing really, really well right now. I would like to see his average go up a little bit. I don't really care about average depth of target, average yards per completion. I don't care about any of those metrics because if a quarterback's winning football games, that's all I care about.
EPA.
Yeah. Like, what are we talking about? This is getting out of hand. He's completing 67% of his passes. Like he had a great week last week. The interception, the ball got tipped as it was leaving his hand. So it's not even his issue. I was watching Tim Jenkins earlier this week. Bo made the exactly right decision on that play to throw the ball where he was throwing it. The issue is that the offensive lineman let the defensive lineman get his hands up in the air, and it like hit Bo's hand like as the ball came out. So I think offensively we have a really good opportunity to put up some points this week. Similarly to last week, I think 24 points, 28 points is probably going to be what we will be able to score in this game. And so it's going to be, how are those points scored? Are they quick hitting drives? Hopefully not. I need 10 play, 11 play, 13 play drives to keep the ball out of the Chargers' offense's hands.
Yes. Yes. Right now, they are averaging their defense only giving up 15 points a game.
Yep.
They've allowed 2 touchdowns on the season.
But we're talking about a Chiefs team that's like not very good this year.
They don't have offense.
And then the Raiders. So
the Raiders they couldn't even get a snap off on Monday.
It's just like, and two, yeah, that's part of it. Also, it's a little bit of a shortened week for the Chargers, but one day, but it is a little bit of a shortened week, so that can play into it a little bit too.
And I think we typically bounce back from losses and play well. Like
I think so too.
Yeah,
especially a loss like this.
Yes. Remember last time we had a loss like this? Sadly, it was less than a year ago. But with the Chiefs, then granted, the Falcons were kind of a different team, but we went and obliterated them. We went and took care of business.
Oh yeah, Bo. That was like Bo's like the period where it was like, hey, he's the real deal.
Yeah.
That pass, that throw that he had over the middle to Devon Vele, like I see that thing in my sleep sometimes. Mm-hmm. He just whipped it in. It's like a 17-yard curl route. Like he just whipped it in there. I'm like, oh my God. Broncos have a quarterback.
Yeah. But to BK's point here, I think that this is good. Like one thing I noticed teams doing is taking away the middle of the field from Bo, making him throw outside the hashes. He's been less accurate, minus a couple throws. Yeah, I think that, again, basic stuff. Let's lean on our run game so we're not one-dimensional. It's going to open up stuff a lot more for Bo. In a sense, I think we kind of saw week one. It's like Champagne's like, nah, man, we're playing through Bo. Bo is our guy. You got to remind, I think he had a reminder, hopefully, that, Bo's still a second-year quarterback. Like, you can't completely take the gloves off or the training wheels, nor do I think that that is what you want to do with Bo anytime soon. I think that when he's played his best ball, he's been playing as like a game manager, not looking to make all these insane plays, but taking what's given to him, making the right reads. I was really encouraged to see him. I thought he had a great game outside of that tip throw. Yep. But we're going to need to see Courtland Sutton be more involved in this game. I think historically he has had really good games against the Chargers. A lot of touchdown catches.
He always has like one circus catch every year against the Chargers.
Yes.
Does it happen this week? Or does he wait until the second game?
I hope we get Courtland Sutton, because if we can get two of these wide receivers going at the same time, that would be great.
Last week was the Troy game.
Yes. Like 9 targets, 8 receptions. I think he had 100 yards on the dot with if you include his rushing yards. So that was great to see. I loved how we got those guys involved early, him and Marvin Mims, but let's continue to see that throughout the whole game. And again, if Court comes out and makes some really tough catches, big catches at first, that's going to help everybody. Now, I think we're probably going to be without Evan Ingram for this. So what are we going to do in the middle of the field? Maybe we see a little bit more Pat Bryant. I mean, we did see a little bit of Pat Bryant this past week.
Yeah. He had more snaps than Marvin Mims last week.
I didn't even realize that.
Yep.
I don't like that.
Me either.
Much as I like Pat Bryant, man.
When I saw the snap breakdown, I forget who posted it on Twitter last week after the game, but it was like not. I was like, why is that the case?
No wonder we lost. Man, that's crazy.
Let's see if I can find it.
Okay. Yeah, while you're pulling that up, yeah, BK saying JK's been great running north and south. I think he's been a great starting running back for us, and as RJ Harvey continues to get more comfortable, he's been the perfect guy to lean on. Yes, can't disagree there. And let's play through him with this being a revenge game. And I like the way that Adam Prentice, man, has been playing at fullback. It's going to be fascinating to see if he is activated again this week, or if it's going to be time for Root Beer Atkins, man.
No, I was
might
wrong.
be able to give you a little bit the tight end position. What's up?
I was wrong. It was Trent Sherfield who had more snaps than Marvin Mims, and I'm like, what is that? Why?
That's even worse. Oh
Yeah,
my God,
why?
he really is the next little Jordan Humphrey.
Why are we doing that? Yeah. So that's just just one of those weird things. Like I get that you want to do it for blocking, but like you can block in the run game with Marvin Mims by just using motion. Like if you get the defense's eyes following our fastest player across the field, that'll free someone up for a split second, and that's how you get that block made. I don't know.
Yeah, I want more Marvin Mims involved, man. Get the ball to our playmakers quickly in space. They don't always have to be long throws downfield, man. We have the luxury of having some guys like Marvin Mims, and I think Troy Franklin has showed this ability that they can get the ball short and get yak. Like they can make a guy miss.
Troy, like that quick hit play that Troy caught, that was kind of like that RPO. It was almost like a wide receiver screen RPO type thing. I was actually impressed with the amount of tackles that he like broke on that play. Wasn't expecting that to be something that we saw at Troy Franklin's arsenal this early on in the season at all.
No. So let's integrate them more, but yeah, let me pull up the stats here on what they're giving up on the ground. Let's see. Sorry here. All right, third down efficiency, it's like 44%. That's something to keep an eye on. But with rushing yards, they're giving up 166 a game. That's pretty surprising.
Yeah, it is. They've been playing a little bit of like a bend but don't break type defense this season. They're giving up 282.5 a game. Yeah, that is interesting.
Giving up. Oh, wait. No, sorry. I read wrong, Strez. 83 yards. I didn't do the math. 83 yards.
Yeah.
83 yards. So that's better than I thought. Net passing yards a game.
Their opponents have been running the ball an average of 18 times a game.
For 4.6 yards a carry.
Yeah. So it's that the reason why that yards per game number is so low is because they're not running the ball as often. But when they do run the ball, like that's JK's average. Yeah. RJ Harvey averages just a little bit of more than that. This could be a really good opportunity in the run game for us.
I think so too, because it could be a tough day passing and downfield. It could be tough as well. Now, hopefully, with the absence of Khalil Mack, you see that change a little bit. But that's why, hey, prioritize getting the ball out quick, just getting it to our fast playmakers. Right off the snap, man. Give them the ball in space to make plays.
Yeah, like who cares about depth of target? Just throw the ball to the fast guys and let them do stuff.
Yes.
Get RJ Harvey out there. Get the ball to him out there in space. Get the ball to Marv and
look at what Tua is doing right now. Who would have thought?
That's the Miami's offense is very similar to what I think the Broncos offense needs to be. It's always been like Sean Payton has always used the pass as an extension of the run game, like those RPO type things. I don't think that everything needs to be called an RPO. That's like a quick hitting pass. Mm-hmm. But like getting the ball out to your guys, your playmakers, your space guys is exactly what you should be doing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I agree, man. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Miami can actually get the upset here on the road. I thought Buffalo was going to obliterate these guys. So
did I. I had Buffalo winning by like 3 scores.
I know. I was talking with Rawhide this morning. I was like, man, they're going to cover.
It's a divisional game, though. I mean, that's kind of how it happens in divisional games. Which I'm seeing, like, Chargers are not that favored in this game. They're really only getting, like, that home field bump.
Dude, with Strez, this is the perfect time. We also got our peak highest viewership right now to talk about the sponsor of David Talks Broncos, Profit X. America's #1 sports prediction market. Guys, it's not the house it's not you versus the sports book. Sportsbook versus the house. No, this is peer-to-peer. So you pretty much always get the best odds payouts, and you can even make your own custom spreads and plays. Let's check this out right now that you brought this up, Stress. Oh, yeah. Also, use my promo code Dave to get $200 in profit cash as a bonus. Link is in the description. Now, I just went ahead. If you can see this, let me circle it for you. Boom. Right here. Money line plus 128 on Profit X. Then, hey, how about this, Stress? Right now, the line is what? Is it minus 2.5 or is it minus 1.5?
I'm seeing 2.5 on the major guy.
Dude, 2.5. Still get decent odds right here. Minus 101. It's pretty much even. Then if you want to go to like minus 2, look, you can always find these types of things because it's peer-to-peer. Wait. Yeah. Broncos plus 2 at plus 106, dude.
That's crazy.
I might just have to put a couple dollars on that as well. Location services. Why does it always do this to me? There we go. So yeah, get on ProfitX, guys. They're a phenomenal sponsor. They're a lot of fun. They're helping me pay the bills around here. Whoops. So I'm putting a little bit of money on this Broncos game. I know that, man, when you look at this thing on paper, on the surface, we got no business winning this game. Our linebackers look atrocious. But we play the AFC West opponents tough.
Yeah. We were beating the Chargers last year by like 17 at one point. Chris Abrams-Drain picked off Justin Herbert in the end zone. Mm-hmm. You know why we lost that game? Because we couldn't run the clock out because we had no run game.
Yes.
Guess what the Broncos have this season? A really good run game. Mm-hmm. Like, shockingly good.
Yes.
Back-to-back weeks with a rushing touchdown from our starting running back.
Ben
When was the last time we saw that?
A point of conversation anymore.
No. It's, and I shared it on Twitter the other day. Dude, watching that outside zone scheme, like, being done the way that it needs to be done is a thing of beauty. I knew that this running back room was going to look good. The way that this offensive line is built, I knew they were going to eat. It's just been so fun to watch.
Mm-hmm. And hopefully it'll be fun to watch to see our defense, man, get after Herbert. I just feel like we're going to have more success doing that than we did against the Colts. Again, guys, if you're just now tuning in, Daniel Jones, time to throw. He was getting the ball out about a third of a second quicker than Justin Herbert has done on average this year. That was really all we were missing Daniel Jones by was, a quarter of a second, a third of a second. I think we get after him. I think we make his life very hard in LA, man. But we're going to need our guys to cover. Keenan Allen, a Quentin Johnston that can now catch, and a Ladd McConkey that has already burned us. That is a challenge. But our corners, I don't think it's going to be a coincidence, man. I think our coverage is going to look better because our pass rush is also getting home.
Yeah, Justin Herbert has been sacked 5 times this year. 3 times in week 1 against the Chiefs and twice last week against the Raiders. Mm-hmm. So he's averaging getting sacked 2.5 times a game right now. And I mean, we're talking about the league's best pass rush, like a group, like the entire group. Mm-hmm. I don't see why this can't be a game where we make him really struggle in some of that stuff. And it doesn't even need to be like 5-6 man pressures. Like, it could be done with 4 guys. So
also just the probabilities, man. Like, take the teams out of it. Starting 3-0 in the division, your first 3 games.
Yeah, that's also a really good point. Because that feels unheard of, like that they would do that.
Right?
And at some point, Trey Pipkins has to come back down to earth.
Right.
He's not Rashawn Slater. He's going to be having to block the Energizer Bunny, Jonathan Cooper, and Nick frickin' Bonito.
Dude, I think I'd put Nick Benito on him, man.
I think they need to put the best get off guy on him as often as possible.
Yeah, it's got to be Benito. Did you see the chart? I think Zach Seegers pointed it out. Like his
every time he creates a pressure. Yep.
Yeah, dude, he's like in a quadrant by himself right now.
It's why he has more pressure. He's generated more pressures than 4 NFL teams this season.
Well worth the money, man. Well,
every dime.
Dude, yes. But yeah, I think really if we can just get a little bit of Lavelle Bailey, Corene Reed in there, just a little bit, man, I think that will be helpful. This thing with Dre Greenlaw is quite frustrating, man. And I'm not the one to I don't know. I'm always patient with these guys if they're slow starting out due to injury or whatever. But this has been something he's been rehabbing from since the spring, man. Is it gonna get any better?
Yeah, some of the people that I see on Twitter that I'm not entirely convinced that they have sources, but somehow they always kind of know what's happening. So it leads me to believe that they might have sources. I'm hearing some of the things from some of these guys that he's actually completely fine and he's ready to go this week. They're just being a little extra cautious with him this week. But I don't know how you can go in completely dry, completely cold into a divisional game and be expected to be ready to compete.
After what we saw. You can't.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do with it. We're batting 500 on our injured free agents that we brought in so far, which is good. JK and Huff have been playing pretty much as many snaps as possible, so that's been good. But Evan and Dre are a little bit of a letdown so far.
You know who I think might have a sneaky role in this game, man? It's going to be Lucas Kroll.
Of course. It's going to be one of those weird plays where he gets schemed open, completely wide open, and it's like, why the hell does Sean not draw this play up way more often?
Yeah, man. Yeah. We'll need Lucas Kroll to step up, man, if Evan Ingram ain't going to play. So, but things will be difficult without Greenlaw, without Ingram, man. But I still believe in this team, man.
We didn't have either of them last year.
I believe in this team. It's a damn good team. Yeah. And we're still waiting for them to play a complete game of football.
Yeah.
And hopefully it starts this week.
As soon as the defense steps up and kind of just plays bend but don't break, when the offense is like, hey, we're also going to go out and score 26 points, 27 points, what happens? Special teams screws us over. I need a complete freaking football game in all 3 phases for the majority of the rest of the season. And if we don't get that, I'm going to take my TV and I'm going to throw it off of a very tall parking garage somewhere in downtown Kansas City. Get tired of this crap.
I might just have to buy a punter jersey if we don't get that.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, man. Crawshaw, again, it's great that he's had a great season, but he can't be our most consistent player. That's really bad. So, Strez, you got a score prediction? You think we win this game? We broke down a bunch of reasons why we can win this game. So, I think you saw. I think I saw your predictions for this week. I mean, you went 14-2, even
I went 14-2 last week. Yeah, the only 2 games that I lost was the Texans game and the Broncos game, which was decided by a grand total of 2 points
and 2 seconds. Right? I mean,
literally
at the end of the game.
So I was so close from going a perfect 16-0 last week, which I've never done before. I would have been in amazed if that happened, but I did pick the Broncos to win this week. I think that they can pull it out. I don't think that there is too much of like a home field advantage in SoFi Stadium. I think there's a lot of Broncos fans in LA. Shout out Broncos for Dummies. Dez, I don't know if you've had her on the show yet or not. We need to bring her on to Lucifer Boys one Thursday.
Okay, let's do it.
But I know that she's out there. I know that there's a lot of Broncos fans that are out there in LA. So I think that there's going to be quite a few orange jerseys in the crowd, and we're going to be able to see that. So I don't necessarily know if, Bo's going to have to go to a silent snap count or anything like that, late into the game. And it's a divisional game. Like, the Broncos always play really well against the Chargers. Granted, we're on a little bit of a skid here against that team. Bo hasn't beat him yet. The only team in the division that Bo Nix has not beat yet. And I know that he probably knows that, and he's thinking about that. So give me the Broncos to win this one, 24-23. Bo has 3 touchdown passes.
Wow. Okay. I love it, man. Yeah, I mean, right now, like, maybe I got some of the orange and blue Kool-Aid running through my veins. Again, formally rebuild this team. Saying, yeah, but we might lose this unless Sean Payton simplifies things. I think that's totally reasonable. I think a lot of people are going with the Chargers for reasons that make sense.
You know who didn't, though? Old
Adam.
reliable.
Who?
Old reliable Adam Rank, baby.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Adam
Old
Rank
reliable.
Broncos. And that's why I'm going with the Broncos too. I think that this will be, everyone's thinking there's going to be scoring. I don't think there's going to be scoring. So give me 2017 Broncos. How about that? We get some stops on defense.
I think that this week we will be able to, because they don't have a Jonathan Taylor.
And Will Lutz got to bounce back. You know, he missed that field goal for us. Was it that first game against the Raiders in 2023?
Yeah, and then I don't think he missed another one their entire rest of the season.
Yeah. So let's hope it's just that. But man, look at Tua, man. Just getting the ball out on time, getting it out quickly. That's just what we need to do. Do that with Marvin Mims, man.
Yeah, I don't like.
Can we run quick outs with Marvin Mims?
We need to use Marv like they use Tyreek Hill.
Yes.
Now Marv's not as twitchy as Tyreek is, but that top end speed is pretty close.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Let's have this be the Marvin Mims breakout game. Stress, dude, thanks for doing this with me, man. It's a pleasure. We got 80 people in here. Please go subscribe on YouTube to both of our channels. Be sure to like and hype as well. That does a lot for the channels. And we're on our way to world domination in Broncos country. But let us know what you got coming up and tell us about the Washed Up Sports Network.
Yeah, got some cool stuff coming up this weekend on the Washed Up Sports Network. The Waterboys College Football Show. We've decided that we're going to be doing a pregame show every single Saturday morning, leading into the college football Saturday. So coming out with us there. If you love watching college football, we'll be live on YouTube, and just got verified on the Waterboys College Football's Twitter. So we'll also be streaming over on Twitter as well on Saturday morning, which is cool. Last week we were able to have Trevon Boykin, TCU legend, on the show. He's a part of the Washed Up Sports Network, so it was cool to have him on down there in Baton Rouge. So yeah, make sure if you are interested and you want to support myself, you're one of everybody's favorite Kansas City-based Broncos fan. I'm also making stuff over on the Washed Up Sports Network, Washed Up Football, and the Waterboys College Football Show. So we got a lot of stuff coming. We drop videos like every day except Mondays and Tuesdays. So
staying busy, Strez.
It's crazy.
I love it, man. Yes, I'll be out with a few more videos, I think, leading up to Sunday. And of course, if you want to talk Buffs, David talks Buffs over there. Hopefully we can bounce back this week against Wyoming.
Are they going back to Caden Salter, I heard?
Yeah, they are. Hopefully they just play one quarterback this week. I didn't care who starts. I just care that nobody's yanked.
When do they pull the trigger and just go with Julian Lewis the whole time?
Probably not until like the 7th or 8th game. Next week they got BYU, who has the #1 defense in all of FBS. So
yeah, that's going to be a tough out.
They got Iowa State, TCU, and Utah after that. So
tough schedule.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. Yes. So yeah, don't want to put a 17-year-old out there with Pat Shurmur against those defenses. Just don't want to do it.
Sometimes you have to practice incompletions.
It's really coming back to haunt us, man. Jalen Waddle.
Oh, speaking of former Broncos, shout out Bradley Chubb. Got himself a little sack tonight.
Dude, let's go Bradley Chubb. I've been working on a video on Bradley Chubb, actually. I'm almost done editing it. I'm going to drop it tomorrow. And it's how Bradley Chubb's impact on the NFL. Well, he impacted the NFL way greater off the field than he did on the field. Because if you think about it, he was responsible for building this pseudo dynasty the Bills have right now. He was responsible for, us sucking, but eventually getting Sean Payton and eventually getting out of our hellhole with our quarterback issues.
That's true. We did flip Bradley Chubb and another pick for.
And he also helped Miami make the playoffs for the first time in like quite a while. So it kind of interesting, man. All the little domino effect that.
Yeah. Dang, Bradley Chubb's got some pull, man. This dude's aura is unmatched.
I know, dude. Like with John Elway picking him, strained and like missing on a franchise quarterback, he like helped us get competency back.
Yeah.
And a quarterback back. Anyways, it's like going to be like a 10-minute video. We'll see how it goes.
That should be dope.
Fun. Yeah. All right, Strez. I'm going to get out of here. Want to give a shout out to everybody in the chat. Formerly Rebuild This Team, BK, Landon Lee, and T Fishes. You guys are the MVPs. If you want to talk with me and Strez every day, come on now, get in there in the Patreon. $5 a month. You can chat with all of us and your favorite people in all the Broncos creator space on Discord. Maybe even some real people too, like Ryan Edwards is in there every now and then. So,
speaking of, I need to have a conversation with Cam.
Oh yes,
Nebraska's got a big game this weekend. Go Big Red. I'm gonna be throwing bones.
Oh man, go, dude. Blue, go Big Blue, right? Is that what they say? Go Blue.
Get out of here.
Yeah. I can't be cheering for the corn. No way, man.
Can't when they're playing against Satan's spawn. All right, sorry.
I love it, man. All right, we'll see you later. Go Broncos.